Welcome and thanks for joining me. I hope you all had a great weekend. Today is a bit of a special episode. So over the weekend, I did find a couple of pockets of an hour or so, and I worked on trying to get a bit closer with my jig. This is where I am now. It's a rough rectangle. I'm going to file and make right angles at each corner and then start actually making the jig itself. I was going to do a video talking about how prototype number 1 has come to an end. I made the barrel bridge, the wheel train bridge, and the balance bridge. I had made so many and I had refined the process and it's pretty much there, and I already sorted out the reaming issue for the dual shock setting. And because once I make this jig and hopefully everything goes smoothly, I'm going to remake all the parts anyway, because from one piece of brass, the jig will allow me to more efficiently and hopefully more accurately make all the parts again. And I was going to call that prototype number 2 because all the parts are together, and you know, I learned a lot from prototype number 1. But I had remembered something that I watched a couple of years ago. It was by a YouTuber named Casey Neistat. Now, he had said something which I don't know why it came back to me today. And what Casey said was pretty much, never let the desire of perfection stop you from finishing something good. Because even if you finish something imperfectly, you learn, you move on, and you get closer to perfection. I went to work to salvage the balance bridge. I used the round nose punch, very small diameter, to push some of the brass material and close that hole up that was slightly oversized, and it wasn't by much. Maybe it was by 20 to 30 microns in diameter. Then I came across the issue that I didn't create the recess large enough, and that the actual balance bridge was pressing down on the balance wheel itself. I had to file that down. It's not as pretty as I'd like, and you know what, I could have put it back in the lathe, but you know what, this part isn't perfect anyway. And to see if I'm going to come across any other issues which I can resolve before I have started prototype number 2. After assembly, the balance wheel itself is actually sitting pretty flat, which is a good sign, because if the balance bridge is tilted, that means the balance shaft itself is tilted, which means the two holes aren't aligned properly. This is not cleaned. The movement is pretty dirty. There's no oil. It's not really adjusted, but it's functioning. How well, I don't know yet. I think I want to finish assembling the movement and just see what happens. So I'm definitely going to have to strip all the parts down, clean them thoroughly, re-oil them, and assemble and adjust the balance. And as I was going through today during the assembly, I was struggling to remember certain things and certain steps. So that's something I think tomorrow I'm going to read up and try and re-familiarize myself with adjusting the balance and try to get it operating as good as possible.